Everybody, One of Weezem here. It is Friday night, April 28th, 2017, 8:39 p.m. Relatively early start, but for a good reason. This is something I've looked forward to all year. One of the biggest reasons for picking up the Switch. It is the release date for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if that sounds familiar, you're probably thinking of Mario Kart 8, right? Hasn't that happened? Yes. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is essentially a Switch version of the Wii U game. What they have done is the primary enhancement for people like myself. Deluxe has a proper battle mode. That was lacking in Mario Kart 8. That's really about the only thing you can complain about in Mario Kart 8. So Deluxe adds the proper battle mode. For people that have already picked up 8 and have bought the DLC or didn't get the DLC, or for people who just didn't have a Wii U and now have a Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe includes your standard, cups, if you will, and then you've got the DLC. There were 2 rounds of DLC for Mario Kart 8. Each one had 2 cups. Each cup, of course, has 4 tracks. Obviously, that is a whole lot of content right there. You got your typical, 4 and 4, 4 brand new, 4 retro. DLC 1 adds 1 new and 1 retro. DLC 2 continues on in that direction. In addition to the DLC, the characters, the unlockables, the tracks, all the content that you get bonus, for the first time ever in Mario Kart 8, we got the addition of new characters. I believe Bowser Jr., Dry Bones, and King Boo, so it's good to see those guys back. Let's see here. The big selling point, one of the reasons myself and many others are extremely excited about it, Mario Kart 8 was Wii U. So that's like your stereotypical console, right? You had the gamepad, but you kind of needed to be tied in with a TV or the console somewhere. Mario Kart 7 from the 3DS, of course, was portable. It's your 3DS. With Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, you get 2 things. You get the Wii U in-home experience if you want it. It also kind of ties in with the gamepad if, you have to leave the TV because someone wants to watch the draft, which is going on right now. Props to Drew Pearson for tearing up Philadelphia. That was pretty awesome. Pick 60 if you want to watch highlights of that. But gamepad, you could leave the TV. You can do that with the Switch. The coolest thing, though, is you could if I go out of town tomorrow, I could play the game tonight, like we're going to stream, hit the road, and I can be progressing through the game on the go, come home, and the progress is there, right? That's the coolest thing. It's basically a hybrid. It's at home and on the go. It's the benefits of Breath of the Wild we've discussed before. And if you know me, Mario Kart is one of the definitive titles that I absolutely love. I followed the series since its inception on the SNES. That is why it was such a highly anticipated game for me. So, what did I do to get it? Well, I went to Amazon and I bought it. And why did I buy it there? Well, there's 2 things that tie in with that. Number 1, we didn't get cool pre-order bonuses like they had in the UK. The UK, you got a Luigi Death Stare t-shirt, which is awesome. I would have given you $75 for that, Nintendo. But it wasn't available here for whatever reason. And so our only benefit was like the little puzzle cube. I don't know if it's like a legit Rubik's Cube or if it's just like a piece of paper toy type thing. The problem I had when I went to Target and I was going to investigate what that looked like, they had nothing on display. There was nothing there. There was no one to talk to. So I said, screw it, I'll just order it online, do store pickup, whatever. I couldn't find jack about it until this past week, this little cube. But GameStop, nothing. Toys R Us, nothing. There was pretty much no benefit anywhere aside from Target. And I still don't quite know if that's like a legit quality Rubik's Cube or just like a little pasted together something, paper puzzle type of a deal. I wasn't really clear on that. But anyway, so what do? You got to pay retail. You don't get a pre-order bonus. Amazon. If you're a Prime member, you save 20% off, which it doesn't turn out to be much with tax, but basically instead of paying $60 for the game, I think with tax, I was going to get it for $51. The other big thing is, and this doesn't even have to be done through Prime, right now in front of me on the computer, I've got Super Mario Odyssey. It's going to be released December 29th, 2017. That's a placeholder date. It'll probably be closer to Black Friday, November, somewhere in that time frame. But if you want to receive it the day it comes out, select 2-day shipping at checkout. Now, the catch is, if you're a Prime member and you get, the 20% off of new releases or whatever, which they really don't advertise that well, in my opinion. If you didn't know and you're on Prime, take advantage of it while you can. With Prime, you get 2-day. When you buy through Prime, it specifically states guaranteed delivery on release day. In the case of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that is today, Friday, April 28th, 2017. So my thoughts are, it's kind of a pain to drive up to town. It's a pretty good trek for me and everything. It's going to cost the same amount of money. There's no pre-order bonuses, right? So it's a situation where I save money and I get it the day of release. Fantastic. Okay. Don't have to go into any stores, deal with any of that. Sign me up. And so I did. Amazon currently has my 51 whatever for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And guess what I have? Shattered hopes and dreams from their fraudulent and deceptive ad campaign. That's what I have right now. We should be on Twitch, streaming the game. Fittingly, we've been, 80, 90 degrees every day, but not today, not this weekend. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be cloudy, overcast, rainy, and windy. Tonight, Saturday, and Sunday. Guess who I am? I'm a typical person that works a job, a real job, not just this YouTube and throw me money through Twitch crud. I have an 8 to 5 job, which means I don't even leave at 5 o'clock. I usually leave around 7 o'clock. So when do I enjoy things? Late at night, and when? Those special days that are attributed to the end of the week that are known as the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, okay? I'd had this weekend planned out for an eternity. I don't care if you think I'm lame or pathetic. This is what I enjoy. It's what I do. It's what people that I affiliate with do. I've already had 3 or 4 people text me and message me and send me things on Twitter and YouTube. Hey, you want to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tonight? And you know what I tell those people? I tell them, gee, I'd love to, but I can't because Amazon sucks. The most bitter and dramatic thing of this entire experience for me is I'm sitting there, and it dawns on me, I know when things deliver. I work in freight, okay? I handle freight quite a bit at work. I know how it goes. I know how it comes. I know when it delivers. If you're at work and you have things shipped to your home, you may not know when the UPS or FedEx man comes, okay? When you're a commercial business, they have set times, all right? UPS typically delivers to the office no later than 10:30. FedEx no later than 1 p.m. UPS picks up at about 4:45 every day, and we don't have any scheduled daily pickups with FedEx. If we did, it would be like clockwork as well, okay? Basically little 15-minute windows that you can assume, hey, can we get this order out for the customer today? I don't think so. FedEx will be here in about 5 minutes. Works the same with LTL and freight lines, right? But UPS and FedEx, the typical residential delivery, I understand how they work, okay? Now, when someone sells you something on the premise that it is guaranteed delivery on the day of release, I expect that to be followed through. And Amazon, oh no, they didn't follow through. They failed. And when I come in my course of consumer interaction with a supplier, the person that I purchased from who should be bending over backwards to appease me and make me happy, I simply inquire, hey, where the frick is my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at Amazon on Twitter? And apparently they don't like Twitter. Maybe they don't like controversy. Maybe they just like to sweep all their mistakes under the rug as if they never happened. I'm not the best person to burn. Oh no. I will take to the streets and I will throw up my pitchfork and I will continue protesting you until the day that I die or you rectify this situation. And at this point in time, they've had roughly 6-7 hours to respond to me and they have failed miserably. I've tweeted around the clock since roughly 2:30 or 3 o'clock this afternoon when I realized I wasn't going to be getting my delivery today. Ironically, and there might be 2 packages involved in this, something I can't talk about at this point in time, but one of them said that it was out for delivery, but there's 0 tracking information. Explain to me how that works, Amazon. How is something out for delivery with no tracking information? The real world doesn't work in that manner. Perhaps you need to investigate that phenomenon. Number 2, the tracking number that does exist, the package, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It left California this afternoon. For those of you that didn't know, I'm located in Texas. Now, California to Texas, depending on what part of California you're in, we'll just assume SoCal around Los Angeles. It's a pretty good little track there. You're going to need 15, 18 hours if you bust it down I-40 and then jump down I-35. Here's the thing, though. Logistically, freight companies don't operate that way. All right, if you come in from Los Angeles, you're going to go to Albuquerque, and then you're going to go down to DFW to the giant UPS hubs, and then disperse it to the smaller little obsidians that I reside in. FedEx does similar things. This is how they work. It doesn't matter that they may pass you on the way. No. They're going to do their predetermined route. There is no conceivable way, shape, or form that Amazon could have in any manner shipped the game today and gotten it to me. They made zero effort, zero intent to actually fulfill their advertised promise. That's an issue. Avoiding me complicates that, and it only enhances the suspicions of guilt that myself and other sensibly minded people will have regarding your policy. Now, two things here. You cannot, this is law. You don't do these things. This is deceptive. Why is this deceptive? If Amazon told me that I could buy the game for 20% off, $51 with tax, and they would ship it to me Monday, I would not have bought it. I would have said, screw that, I want to play it Friday night and over the weekend. And I would have gone to a different retailer who could actually fulfill their obligations and promises and deliver the day of release, or picked it up locally. Okay? Why did I pre-order? I'm not a big fan of pre-ordering, particularly when there's not bonuses. The way Switch stock has been handled, even the games, the collector's edition of Breath of the Wild, all those things, the NES minis, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't want to be relegated to the day of release, because guess when I would have gone there? After work. And if I went to GameStop, Toys R Us, and Target, and they were sold out because scalpers were buying Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because Nintendo didn't ship enough, I would have been up a creek. So I went with Amazon because I'm saving money and it's guaranteed the day of delivery. Didn't happen. There's zero attempt on their behalf. Now, had they have emailed me on, maybe they're sitting there and it's like, oh crud, guys, we got thousands and thousands of people that have pre-ordered Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Most of them Prime or paid for 2-day shipping to have it on Friday, the day of release. Nintendo hasn't gotten it to us. If they could relay that information to the consumer, even as late as yesterday, or Wednesday, or Tuesday, I would have said, oh, you mean I'm not going to have it Friday? And they respond, no, we think you could have it as early as Monday, though, if you'd like to stick with us. And I'd say, gee, thanks for the heads up. I guess we'll go ahead and cancel the order. I really, really want to play the game over the weekend. But no communication, nothing. And I don't even think that's the case. I just think they're incompetent. I know other people that ordered through Amazon and they got it today. What's different about my order? I placed it over a week ago. It's not like I ordered it last night at 2 a.m. and it's just, they honestly, legitimately didn't get to my order. Their inability to follow through on that basically took $60 away from GameStop. I would have walked into Walmart. I hate Walmart. If I would have known that Amazon couldn't get this to me by Friday, I would have waltzed my happy little self into Walmart, been told that my charge card doesn't work, had to go back out to my truck and grab $65 cash and pay it for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But I didn't do that because I wasn't notified that they were going to screw everything up and not get the stupid game to me on time, as they promised. They basically screwed local retailers and other online retailers out of $60. That's when you start to have problems. This isn't a situation where, cool, I'm saving $10. I'll wait a week to get the game. I save the money, I get the game Friday. I could have bought this for full price. If it's guaranteed to be delivered the day of release and you fail to do so, there are some serious issues. Typically, in the past, when Amazon does stupid things, you order a CD or a DVD and it comes and the case is crushed, just absolutely obliterated because they didn't pack it correctly. You can just come in and say, hey, ordered this and it's in shambles. I think the DVD's okay, but the case is wrecked. And they either A, refund your entire purchase, which back in the day, Amazon was pretty good. I mean, they went above and beyond, in my opinion. I know because I've had multiple issues with them, and they've handled them lovely, in my opinion. Until now, they just completely ignore and neglect me. My thoughts are, good old Amazon made this promise to a lot of people and completely screwed the pooch. Whether or not it was a issue with Nintendo supply, I don't know. And how could I know? Because they choose not to communicate with me, the end user, the consumer, if you will. All right. So in the past, you could tweet at them and say, hey, this is messed up. And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You get the generic, customer support resolution like, oh, my goodness, sir, we're so sorry to hear that. Please DM me your information and order number so I can make it all better. And this typically included, oh, hey, well, that thing is like worthless. It's not even worth our time. And they don't phrase it that way. They would have it set up to where, oh, geez, we're not shipping this guy another thing. Just give him his money back, right? It's not worth it. If they're going to replace my Matchbox 20 CD I just bought for $7, it's not worth it to them to package a new one and ship it to me, so they just give you your money back. I was like, well, I guess I can live with a broken case. If it's a different situation and they screw up, it's like, oh, hey, we're so sorry, sir. Please take this $10 gift certificate towards your next purchase. Well, guess what, Amazon? It's not going to work this time, okay? I expect resolutions of a different sort. I want 10 copies of Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I want them delivered next day air, and they're going to be donated to charity. I'll provide a receipt if need be, okay? You've had your time. It's a Friday. I know you're located on the West Coast. You're 2 hours back from times in Texas here. That is if you actually work. I don't know. Maybe you've replaced what few humans you had with drones or something. I'm not sure what you're doing out there, okay, on the left side of the country. Nonetheless, this is unacceptable to not communicate with the consumer in any way, shape, or form. Not even, hey, your order might be delayed. We're so sorry. If you stick with us, we'll give you $10. Or how about 25% off a new title? Blah, blah, blah. No. I would have been content if they responded to me today and said, oh my gosh, we're so terribly sorry. Here's basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to cancel the frickin' order, okay, get my $51 back, and then go spend $65 locally to get the same thing, so I would have it tonight. The reason I don't beeline myself up to town, okay, aside from already ordering it and should have already had the game and been streaming right now, if I go and I buy this from GameStop or Toys R Us or Target or wherever today, and I spend the money locally, and I come home, guess what happens on Monday? Assuming this actually arrives on Monday, which that's still up in the air, I have another copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And guess what? I don't need it. I only wanted one. That's why I ordered one. That's why the box that says QTY : has one by the drop-down arrow. Guess what that means? I've got to send it back to Amazon. And guess what that means? I have to pay freight to send it back to Amazon. It's ridiculous. The fact that they have ignored me is unacceptable. I tweeted at the fools. I used Amazon. I used Amazon Games. I used Amazon Help. I've hit Amazon up I don't even know how many times mentioning them. Typically, you don't want a bad impression. Do you know how many people ate food at Taco Bell today and loved it? Or just didn't hate it? It was like, oh, well, it wasn't the best thing, but at least it's cheap. They don't say anything about it. But when you have that one person that gets a really bad taco, oh, the world will know about it. Their chili cheese burrito had something that looked like a rat or tasted foul. They're going to take pictures, put it on their Instagram, and they'll make you famous for a while. Well, guess what, Amazon? I might be a little peasant. You might be a little plebeian that's only been shopping with you since 2010 or 2011 as an established and regular customer. But guess what? I'm gonna burn the jungle, baby. That's right. You chose your fate, Amazon. Your inability to field adequate personnel at your business to respond to customer inquiries, complaints, anything, even applause, is reprehensible. The fact that I'm having to spend my time making this video when I should have been streaming on Twitch, which, by the way, is your platform since you bought it, I'm instead having to do this. I'm missing out on my weekend of fun that I had planned on for months, really. The simple fact that I know nothing from you, you've not bothered to respond, you've not even sent me the generic blow-off, we're so sorry, sir, it'll be there soon. Nothing. I have nothing from you people. That's atrocious. You're coming in and you're going to come and bash the big box retailers and the small chain stores? I guarantee you I would have better service from anywhere. And like I said, to their credit, Amazon used to provide that. This time around, I guess they've just gotten too big for their own britches. They're above dealing with little people like me. Oh, a $60 transaction? What a clown. We're not going to waste our time with him. Well, Amazon, I hope you're ready. I don't offer much. I'm not the biggest YouTuber. I don't have the biggest following on social media. But I am someone that keeps my word, unlike you. I don't advertise things and renege on them. I don't back out. And when I do make mistakes, I correct them. In my business... And in my business dealings, when I screw up, I bend over backwards to make things right for the customer. When we screw up, we don't just ignore it. We don't brush it under the rug and say, well, it's only one customer. We do everything possible to make sure that that person is satisfied. If I ship the wrong product, I pay freight. I next day air. If it doesn't matter if there was standard delivery, we next day air parts. When I deal on cars with people, if there's anything I've ever done, it is restored sevenfold, essentially. You might be familiar with that terminology. I don't know, maybe you're not. Anyway, it's basically a deal where the customer is always right, okay? In this case, you have my money. I have nothing to show for it. I was promised a product. I was promised a delivery date, and you failed. You failed miserably. You had one job, just one simple job. Deliver this man Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Friday, April 28th, and you didn't do it. And then when I say, hey, what's going on, guys, and I hear nothing back, that's when this video gets generated. That's when you've legitimately pissed me off, Amazon. So yeah, will I make a dent in your business? Possibly. Will it be very big or noticeable? I doubt it. But you know what? The moral of the story is I'm going to do it. I will never purchase a game through Prime. The 20% the day of delivery? Oh no, I'm not falling for that garbage. From time to time, Amazon by far has the best prices on Amiibo. That's where I picked up most of my Animal Crossing. That's free promotion for these people. They run ads on your videos, whatever. I don't plan to ever mention you. If I purchase anything from Amazon, it won't be publicized. I won't make clear mention of where it was located. But something that I will do for you on all my videos moving forward, I'll go ahead and in the description and possibly even as the comment, depending on how much time I have, since I do actually work, unlike what you appear to have non-existently in your customer support staff, I'll go ahead and let the world know not to buy their games through Amazon Prime because they fraudulently and deceptively advertise that they deliver their games the day of release when it doesn't happen. So I hope you're happy with yourself, Amazon. You could have just responded to me. You've had, 6-7 hours now. But you chose not to do that. You could have just shipped the game, and I would have been streaming it on Twitch right now. But you didn't do that. You could have said, hey, we don't have adequate stock. But you didn't do that. I don't even know. I assume they had plenty of stock and in plenty of time because they've shipped them, which complicates my life further, being unable to cancel an order mid-flight wherever the frick it is between California and Texas. Because if I do that, chances are they're going to say that I had the package and they're going to stick me with the bill anyway. But then again, who would ever know? This is getting to the point of it's like trying to talk to a real person at Google. It just apparently doesn't exist anymore. I guess if I'm not scratching your back. Funny thing is, I could probably come in and make another tweet from a different account and say, I'm having trouble placing an order, Amazon. Please help. And I bet I'd get a response pretty quick. But if you've got a complaint, if you've got a legitimate issue where they have failed on their end to do what they were advertised and promising to do in relation to a product and a service, let's just pretend it didn't happen, says Amazon. Well, my friends, the jungle starts burning now, and I hope you're ready to contain the fire, because all hell is about to break loose in the comments section. I'm one of Wisdom, and I approve the contents of this video. From here forward, all my videos will have the comment that Amazon has failed. And they have failed miserably, and they deceptively and fraudulently advertise. This will be in place until they come through and get the products to me, and like I said, I would like 10 copies to be donated to charity. I don't think that's asking for much for as negligent and irresponsible as they've been, and it benefits me in no way, shape, or form, but to make the world a better place through the mishaps of this company is fine by me. So, if you follow me on Twitter, @OneOfWisdom, feel free to go through and retweet all of my tweets. You can probably spend a good 30 minutes having a chuckle with this one. Off and on, since, like I said, roughly 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon, Central Standard Time, I've been trying to communicate with Amazon in different ways, shapes, and forms. This video is being made now. It's 9 o'clock p.m. I'll have it overlaid with just a standard text screen because I can't put Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Switch with it. And instead of playing with my friends online and trying out battle mode, I don't know what I'll do. I'd really like to stream on Beam, to be honest with you. Stick it to them. But nonetheless, this is pretty ridiculous. If you ordered Mario Kart 8 Deluxe from Amazon through Prime or paid the extra $2 and you did not get the game, let me know in the comments section. Like the video, share the video, send it to Amazon. I challenge you, seriously, just where is one person with dignity at your company who has the balls or the backbone to come to a consumer and say, oh man, we screwed up. We're so sorry. Where is that? It's apparently non-existent. I don't know what kind of political realm you reside in, what kind of, politically correct lingo you try to communicate to your people, if you even have people anymore in customer support. But it's shameful. It's absolutely shameful. I'm doing this for your own good, Amazon, and I hope it does make a dent, albeit probably very small and unnoticeable to you. But certainly moving forward, when I have the option of picking something up for $10 less through Amazon Prime, I'm going to stay local, and I'm going to pay the extra money, and I'll have the product the day of delivery. And it's going to be fantastic because clearly, Amazon, you're incapable of performing that. You're incapable of taking one simple product and getting it to a consumer within the shipping window. You can't fulfill your own advertisements, which again is both deceptive and fraudulent. Those aren't things to take lightly, Amazon. So, moving forward, I guess we'll see if Amazon has a YouTube account and decides to comment back here, because they sure don't seem to be fans on Twitter. I'd love to meet face-to-face with someone. You want to stroll yourself down to Texas? I wish this was the 1880s, Amazon. We'd settle this the old-fashioned way. Do a little Robin Hood. I take all the Mario Kart 8 Deluxes and I distribute them free around the world. And I could do it in 2 days. So Amazon, with that said, screw you. You've disappointed me. You suck. You failed. And you don't own up to it, which is, when your parents are mad at you, but instead of disciplining you, throwing you over the knee and slapping you, or letting you know how disappointed they are, they just say, I'm disappointed. And it hurts a little bit more. I hope that's what you take from this, Amazon. I really hope it is. So, I've got a weekend ahead of me in no Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I don't really have the funds to go out and purchase one locally and then be stuck with a second copy on Monday, assuming it actually comes. So thank you, Amazon, for a fantastic weekend. Cold, dreary, windy, rainy weekend with no Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's just fantastic. And I can't thank you enough for all of your countless services. And by the way, folks, if you're not a Prime member, I stand by my statement. Amazon is a horrible place to do business with. They'll take your order, and then it ships relatively quickly, but the problem is they don't process it. They'll sit on your order for a week or 10 days before they actually decide to start pulling it and putting it in a box. So you pay for Prime, and this is what you get. Balls in your court, Amazon. I hope you know what to do with it.